Bleh.
Hey, what's up everyone? So I want to inform you that I'm doing a giveaway with this video. So if you would like to win this signed Taehwan, can my camera please? Please. This signed Taehwan photo card. Please leave a comment down below as to how you met Vanner, and you will be entered to win this picture. There'll be some more details at the end of this video. It's so cold outside and I'm gonna drink this Monster energy drink. I wanted to get water, but I saw this and I was like, oh, I need energy. But it's really cold and I don't know where my heater remote is, so I'm just gonna suffer throughout this video. Hey, what's up YouTube? My name is Nia, aka Alien in Disguise, and today, as promised, I'm back with the How I Met Vanner Storytime video. So first, before we get into it, according to YouTube statistics, only about 33% of the people who watch my videos are actually subscribed. So please subscribe, it's free, it really helps out my channel, and if you don't like my channel, you can always unsubscribe. Alright, so this video I feel like is going to be difficult for me to make because I didn't write, normally I take notes on the videos that I'm going to make, but I didn't write anything for this video because I feel like I should be able to tell this story without issue, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. So first, let's do a little bit of background. So Vanner is a 5-member K-pop group. Since debut, they have put out 3 albums and have done 1 tour across America. So I met them while they were still pre-debut, while they were doing shows in Osaka. I've been one of their biggest fans for about 2 years now, a little more than 2 years. So yeah, this is the story as to how we met. So before we get started, before I talk about how I met Vanner, I need to talk about 2 different groups first. Because me meeting those 2 different groups is what led me to meet Vanner and led me to be in the spot where I met Vanner. So the first one was a really long time ago. This was before I moved to Japan. This was when I was studying abroad in Japan. So I studied abroad in Japan for about 2 or 3 weeks in January of 2016. And so while I was here, I went to Odaiba, which is like this man-made island. It has like a lot of malls and like entertainment spots. So I went to the Venus Fort Mall, and I have this exact moment on video, but as I walked into the mall, I saw a poster for MAP6 and an area for like a concert and people selling merchandise. So then I kind of like ditched my friends and the people that I was with, and I went to this MAP6 concert. It was my first ever K-pop concert, and their albums were the first ever K-pop albums that I bought. And so I went there and I met them, I talked to them. Sun was my favorite member at the time. Well, at the time, he still is, but they've since kind of disbanded. But yeah, I met them and I saw them like 4 times while I was studying abroad for 3 weeks. I went to like 4 of their concerts. That is what motivated me to move to Japan in the first place, was just meeting that group. So anyway, fast forward like 3 years and I work really hard and I moved to Japan. So I get to Japan and my work schedule only made it so that I went to 3 of their concerts in the full first year that I worked, and then after that year is around when they stopped being active and then they disbanded. So I went to 3 concerts in that year. But I was like, after that year, I felt really annoyed because I came here mostly to go to their concerts, but I wasn't able to do that with my schedule. So after that first year, I had planned to move back to America and just go home because I felt like it wasn't fun for me to not be able to do anything. So I didn't know about, like, first of all, I was in the middle of nowhere in Japan. I wasn't in Tokyo then, and I didn't know about Shinokubo or like the concerts that happened there. So next, what happened was I was closer to Osaka than to Tokyo, So I decided just to go to Osaka, Koreatown, instead of Tokyo's. So Michelle and I, and my mom was visiting at the time, the three of us went to Koreatown in Osaka. And we went shopping. I think maybe we went out to dinner, we got ice cream. But anyway, we went to a K-pop store and I was looking at different albums and I picked up an album and then I found a PR flyer behind the album. And I was like, what is this? And so like I read it, like I translated it, and it was like 1 free concert ticket to see this group. But the group, I'm not gonna mention them by name because they never debuted and I don't know, it just feels like a little bit weird. So anyway, I picked up their PR flyer and then like I moved another album and there was another flyer there. So I showed the flyer to Michelle and then I asked her if she wanted to go, but she said she was busy when they're having their shows. It had like the little calendar on it. And so I was like, okay, maybe I can go on this weekend with my mom. And so I was like, okay. And so my mom and I took the flyer. So in that time, I never saw anyone. I didn't see PR, which is when the idols go onto the street and like physically hand you their flyers and they're like, please come to my show. They do. Goodbye, thank you. I didn't see that. I didn't know that was a thing. So anyway, fast forward a few weeks, my mom and I go to this show. So it was a 6-member boy group and they were performing in Osaka again. And so the concert was free, which was like really surprising to me because I had gone to a bunch of concerts in America and I was used to like paying so much money for these concerts. Anyway, it was free because the first time is usually always free in Japan. And so we watched the concert. They were really good. They were really funny. It was a good concert. It's like it's really a shame that they didn't debut. But so after the concert, my mom was like, okay, let's go. And I was like, wait, no one's leaving yet. Maybe they're going to do something else. So we went up to the staff members and like he had the table with like the tickets. And I was like, what's this? And he was like, it's Polaroids. Do you want to get a Polaroid with one of the members? It costs 1,000 yen per picture. And so I was like, okay, yeah. So I got 2 Polaroids and then I took the Polaroids of the members, like with the members together. And then my mom again was like, okay, let's leave. And then we were gonna leave, but then I somehow realized, maybe we asked, but that they were gonna sign the Polaroids. So with the 2 members that I got, we signed the Polaroid. The first member couldn't speak any English at all. It was so awkward because that was the first, like, aside from Sun and the rest of MAP6 like years ago, that was the first time I went to a fan signing. And it was just like the first member was really awkward. So then I talked to the second member who was the leader of the group. We were signing and then he was really cute and he was really funny. And so yeah, he told me that they were from Korea and that they were doing concerts because they were preparing to debut. And so anyway, that happened, that time ended, and then I looked on the flyer and then I decided to go to another concert, which was the last concert that I could go to before they went back to Korea to prepare for debut, which never happened. So I went back the second time and I was like, you know what, this time I'm just gonna take pictures with all of the members. So I took pictures with all of the members and then I was signing with them and I wrote a letter to the leader and then he was talking to me and he was asking about like why I came to their show, and then he asked me like, which member gave you the PR flyer? And I was like, which member? No one gave me the PR flyer. And he was like, how did you find out about our show? And I was like, I found the PR flyer in an album shop behind an album. And so honestly, I feel like now the reason why I found the PR flyer there is probably because someone took it, didn't want to go to the show, and just put it behind the album. So I feel like bad about that now, but I'm really happy that that happened because that literally changed my life. Okay, so anyway, that was the last time I saw them. I have not seen them since. They have individual Instagrams and I follow their Instagrams, but I haven't seen them since because they went back to Korea. They did come back, but as 4 members, and then they never came back. So that conversation that I had with the leader like stuck in my head when he asked me like, who handed you the PR flyer? And I kept thinking about that. I was like, no one handed it to me, but that would have been so cool, like to be walking on the street and then they just hand you the flyer, and then like that would be so cool. So fast forward to October. This is in October. It happened, I met them in August. And then fast forward to October, I get a message from one of my good friends, Nettie, who we were both Diamond Ticket members for KCON New York. If you remember the Diamond Ticket video, that was a fun experience. But anyway, we're both Diamond Ticket members, and she tells me that Teen Top is coming to somewhere near her and she wants to go to their concert, but they're not selling light sticks. And she asked me if I could get a Teen Top light stick in Japan, and I was like, yes, I know exactly where this shop in Osaka, Koreatown has like every single light stick. I am 90% sure they have a Teen Top light stick. So anyway, I go to the shop like a few weeks later because I had to work. I go to the shop and yes, they had the Teen Top light stick. So I call Nettie and then like the phone's ringing and I'm waiting. And then I'm like, wait, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning in America. So I messaged her. I was like, they have the light stick. Do you still want it? Call me back soon. So then I'm just waiting for Nettie to call me back. And at that moment, like at that very moment, I start thinking about, because I was really close to the shop where I found the first group's PR flyer, I start thinking about talking to the leader and what he said, and him asking me which member handed me the PR flyer. And then I was like, no member handed me the PR flyer. And so I started thinking about that, and I was like at that moment, which is like so weird, I was like, I wish that could happen. I wish this was like so weird that this happened on this day. So I was like, I wish that could happen. I wish a group would hand me their PR flyer. And I wish I could have a relationship like I had with this other group where I could go to their concerts pre-debut and things would be like, I don't know, it's just like, it was really cool. It was a cool experience. So anyway, I decided to take a walk because Nettie was probably sleeping and I was hoping that she would call me back soon. So I decided to walk. I'm just like, let me just walk from where I am. I was at the very beginning of Koreatown. I was like, just let me walk all the way to the end. So I start walking and then I need to pause. I don't know why I'm getting like really nervous as I'm telling this story because I know the part is about to happen. So I walk all the way to the end of I walk all the way to the end of Korea Street, and then I turn around to go back to the other end, and there I see for the first time Vanner walking on the street towards me. And so I was kind of like, I don't know. I didn't immediately think, oh my god, this is a K-pop group. I just like saw them, and then Gon was holding their, like, I feel like he was holding like this chalkboard. It's hard for me to remember, but I don't think it was like a poster. I feel like it was a chalkboard, and it said like, Vanner concert, please come, or something like that on it. And so I was staring at them and I was like, this is a really good looking group of guys. What are they doing? But like, it's Japan, so like sometimes you just see random good looking groups of guys with like different hair colors. And so I was staring at them, and I was staring at Taehwan. I remember specifically staring at Taehwan. And then he handed me the flyer, and I was like, he was like, oh, please come to our show in Japanese. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I took the flyer and I walked away. And like, that was it. That's everything that happened. But a few things. Immediately after that happened, I looked up their social media and I texted Nettie and I was like, oh my god, this K-pop group just handed me their flyer. This member is really cute. And I sent her a picture of Taehwan. And then after that, okay, let me just explain how when I don't have plans, like right now, my outfit I put together this outfit just to film this video, and I'm probably gonna take it off the second I'm done filming this video. But usually when I don't have anything to do, I look like trash. And so for some reason on that day when I went to Koreatown, I was like, I bought these new pairs of sunglasses, so I'm gonna put together a nice outfit to match these sunglasses. And so I looked really put together. And so I was like, I'm so happy I don't look like garbage today because of what just happened. So my outfit was really cool. I was wearing like these really thin yellow sunglasses, like cat eye sunglasses, and I was wearing like a black beret and then like a black top with like a turtleneck, and then my black long wide leg pants with like yellow stripes down the side. So I looked really cool, and I was really happy that I put together that particular outfit. And so I looked at the flyer and I was like, they have a concert today, but this was right before payday, and I was like, I don't know. And so because like I knew if I was gonna go and meet them and see them, I wanted to get pictures with all of the members because of what happened with the other group and how I didn't get pictures with all of the members both times. I got pictures with all of them the second time, but not the first time, and then I never saw them again. So anyway, Nettie didn't call me back for a while, but I went back. I was heading back up the regular, like the street, and I did something. Maybe I did like a little bit of shopping or something. But when I came out, Vanner was walking back and they were going to their venue. And their venue was the same store. It was above the store that I bought the light stick from. So I was walking behind them, and I just remember seeing like Asian go into the shop. And then I was like, oh God. And then I went to the shop also, and then I bought the light stick and I left because I was just like, it was too much. It was too much for me. I just left. I don't know why. But I wasn't going to their concert that day. I decided that I was like, you know what, maybe I can go next week or whenever, because that was after payday. So anyway, the next week comes and I'm like, I'm gonna go to their shop. And so at this point I had been following them on Instagram for like a week, and they only had like the Japanese Instagram and maybe Twitter. I don't remember if they had Twitter at that point. So I had been following them, and they had been doing Instagram live streams like throughout the entire week, and then I would watch them before I went to work. And so I went to Osaka for the concert, and then I was super early because that's like so what I was used to. I went to a Monster X concert. I waited online for like 32 hours. So I got there super early in the morning. I got up while it was dark, took the first train to Osaka, and then got there. So I had nothing to do. The concert was at I think 12:30, and I had nothing to do. I got there at I arrived at like 8 or something in the morning, and all the stores were closed. So I just went to this park, and then I started, what was I doing? I was probably drawing. Like I brought my books to study Japanese, but I never did. And so I was probably like drawing something, and then I was sitting in the park, and then I see a group of good-looking boys wearing red hoodies, and they are like walking together, and they have like a selfie stick. And then I'm like, wait, that's Vanner. And so then I check like on their Instagram, and they're filming a video, like they're filming an Instagram live while they're in the park, and I was in the park also. And then like they sat in front of this tree, and I was like behind the tree, and then I was watching their video, and I could see myself in the background for like a split second, and I was like, oh my God, whatever. And then so I left the park, and then I got in line for the concert. And so I was like, I was talking to this lady, and I was asking her like, is the concert here on the second floor of this building, which was the same music shop? And she was like, what? There's no concert. And I was like, what do you mean there's no concert? This flyer says that there's a concert. And so I handed her the flyer and she was like, oh, it's not a concert. And so it's just like a fan meeting. And so I was really confused about that, but I found out why later and I'll explain. As I was going into the venue, as I was waiting online for the concert, Taeyeon waved at me and I waved back at him and I was just kind of like awkward. I don't know, it was really awkward. I felt really weird about everything back then. So anyway, I went to their show. I was like the first one in line. This was a completely free show. All of their shows that they were doing above the store were free, which wasn't surprising to me at the time because I saw I saw this other group and they were free, but now like it's kind of surprising because no one does that. So anyway, all the shows that they were doing were free and it was only 30 minutes as opposed to normally they're an hour and some other times they're like 90 minutes, but this one was only 30 minutes because they didn't perform. All right. So this is when the struggle begins, because I had been on their Instagram for a week and I had chosen Taeyeon as my bias because he handed me the flyer, he had really good eyebrows, and I thought he was really handsome. So this was before I had spoken to them and before I had met them. But after seeing them at the show, they were really funny at the show. They were really cute. And at the show, Gon caught my eye. And I remember as they were walking and doing PR on the very first day that I saw them, I remember thinking Gon looks like trouble. So anyway, he was wearing he looked really cute during this first concert. He was wearing like these glasses and then like a headband also, and I don't know, he was wearing like a red t-shirt. He looked so cute. And I just thought he was like really, really adorable, especially the way like his attitude, everything. I thought he was so cute. So after that show, I started questioning who my bias was, and honestly, I'm still questioning to this day who my bias is, but still. So I decide, obviously, they didn't do any concerts, like they didn't sing at all, and then when I talked to their manager who was selling the Polaroid tickets, and I was like, I just want to take a picture with all of them because, you know, I don't have the memories from this other group that I could have had, so I just want to get the memories of all of them straight from the get-go. So I bought 5 Polaroids to take pictures with all of them. And let me just go over my impressions of each member as I spoke to them for the first time. Okay, first, wait, I need to mention one thing. One thing is we were wearing like almost the same outfits. Like their concert outfit and my outfit that I had chosen for that day were nearly identical. The pants were the exact same pair of pants. We were wearing these like black and white checkered pants. They were the exact same pair. I checked where their pockets were. My pant only had one pocket. Theirs did also. With the drawstring, it was the same exact pair of pants, which I was just like, that's so weird and so strange. And then I was wearing like an orange, like a dark orange like t-shirt, but they were wearing like a red t-shirt, so it was a little bit different, but we were wearing almost the exact same outfit, so that was like so weird. I thought that was so weird. So anyway, I go to take pictures and the first member was Asian, and so I remember waiting in line and then he was taking pictures and then he would look at me and then he'd look away and then he'd go back to taking pictures, and then like we kept making like awkward eye contact, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be awkward. So anyway, at that point, okay, I was really nervous, so I was just like, for all the members, I was like, you please pick the pose. I don't know what pose to do, please pick. And so we made a heart. This is the first ever Polaroid, and I think almost all of my Polaroids came out like super dark like this, and I think it was because my shirt was reflective, like I had the reflective letters on my shirt. But anyway, we made like literally the worst heart in existence. Yes. yeah, I don't know. The first one, it was just like really awkward. And then I don't remember so much the other members and what I said to them, but I remember Gon, and like I asked him, I was like, can you speak English? And he said yes. He said yes, a little. And I was really surprised because every time, because I had asked the members of the other group the same question, the two members who I first signed with, and they both said no. And I was like, oh, this is strange. So I didn't expect him to say yes, but he did. So like I felt like he could, because he had like sort of like American-ish energy to him. So I made the guess and I was correct. So anyway, I feel like I tried to do the fan sign in the same order that I took the pictures with. So I think I signed with Asian first. And so, okay, the fan sign was a bit weird for me with him, because he can speak English really well now, but at that point he couldn't speak any English. And so I didn't have anything to say, like I didn't prepare anything to say. And so he told me to speak to him in English. And then so I was like, hi, your concert was really good. Or, I mean, they didn't perform. I was just like, hi, I really enjoyed your talking and it was funny and that was really cool. And then I stopped talking and he was like, please keep talking. And I was like, my name is Nia. I'm an English teacher. And I stopped talking. And then he like kept saying like, please keep talking, while he signed the picture. And I didn't really know what to say. So it was really awkward. And I was like, this is mildly aggressive. So I didn't know what to do. So that was really awkward. And I felt we kept that awkward energy until debut. We really did. Like honestly, it stayed awkward until debut. And so then Youngkwang, which I remember because I remember looking at his pictures very often on Instagram and seeing, because I thought he was really cute, like he was really adorable, he was really handsome and very pretty. So like when I talked to him, he was really shy and like really awkward. And so I kind of thought like he low-key didn't like me, because he was like super distant and super quiet, and I couldn't speak any Japanese and he really couldn't speak that much English. So it was awkward with Youngkwang. But like slowly, like super slowly, we got over the awkwardness. Like now it's fine, but it was like really slow to get over that. And then there was Haesung, who I'm gonna put a clip from this very fan signing, and it was really cute. But he was telling me that his mom was an English teacher, and he would try, like he was like aggressively trying to speak English at me, and it was really cute, and he had like so much energy, and it was really adorable. It was really nice. And then so he would like, if he didn't know a word, he would just like stop and then he would say like, I love you. And that became like our inside joke for like a year. But oh my god, he was really cute. And then he drew a bunch of hearts on our Polaroid. Yeah, oh my god, I look so greasy. Ugh. Then was Gon, who was really high energy during the concert and while we were taking the picture, and he kind of calmed down during the fan sign. But our picture like came out really dark, and the first time we took the picture it was even darker, and then he asked me if I wanted to retake it because it was too dark. And so like while I was at the fan sign table, he asked me if I wanted to retake it, and so I said okay, and then we took it and it came out dark anyway, but I don't know, it is what it is. So then when he was writing, he was spelling my name, and he spelled my name wrong. He spelled it Niya, and I didn't say anything because I was nervous. I was really nervous at that point, so I didn't say anything. And so the next time when I actually like told him how to spell my name, he was really confused, and he was like, I thought there was a Y in there. We talked about like a lot of different things. I don't remember what we talked about. I think at that point, maybe that's when he told me about Mumu, I asked him like how he knew English so well, and he told me that he lived in America. Yeah, the first time was a bit fuzzy. And then there was Taehwan, who this is weird because I don't remember, I feel like my communication with Taehwan is better than with the other members because I don't feel like we struggled talking for the first time, like struggled with the language barrier as much as I remember for the other members. Maybe it's just because I was biased towards Taehwan, and I still am. But so Taehwan told me when I was signing with him that he remembered me. He remembered handing me the PR flyer, and I was like, oh, I remember you too, which was like a really stupid thing to say, obviously. But yeah, Taehwan, like, he was like, thank you for coming to the concert, and he explained to me that the venue had gotten noise complaints from the people who lived next door, so that's why they couldn't perform on that day. And so I was like, it's okay. Anyway, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. It was really funny. And so I think he asked me if I was gonna come to their show like the next day, and I was like, no, I have to work tomorrow. And so he's like, oh, that's too bad. And then I was like, I might come back in a week or so, I don't know. And so then, yeah, they did posing for pictures, and I'll post all of that stuff now. And I had that cute moment with Haesung. So that was the first time. And so after that, I went home. It was really late. I was messaging Nettie again, and I was like, hey, I went to go see that group that I bumped into, and they gave me their PR flyer, and I really like Taehwan, but there's this other member who kind of got my attention. And then I sent her a picture of Gon, and I like have all of these texts still. It was so it was so funny that like that struggle is still going on. Okay, so then I went to go see them again, like the next week, and it was at the same venue, but they did perform 3 songs this time. The songs they performed were Really Really by Winner, Last Dance by Big Bang, and Unfair by EXO. And then after that second time is like when I fell in love with them, I feel, because I was talking to Taehwan, and he was like, oh, I saw your comments on our Instagram live. And I was in like full panic mode because, you know, when I comment on live videos, I don't hold back, and I just kind of like say random stupid things. So I was like, oh, that's awkward. And so he apologized again for not performing like they would on their large concerts. And he asked me, he was like, can you come to one of our large concerts so you can actually see us perform? And I looked at the schedule. I was like, I'll think about it. And I looked at the schedule, and all of their concerts in Osaka were on a Friday. And I was like, I cannot go to a concert on Friday because I work on Friday. And so then I noticed that they had a concert in Shinokubo on a Sunday. And I was like, I don't work on Sunday. I could go to this concert. So I was in like panic mode because the concert was in Shinokubo, which is in Tokyo. And I hadn't been to Tokyo since I studied abroad in 2016. I was just like, it's too far. It costs too much money to go there. I'd have to take the bullet train. And so then I started talking to my coworker about how I could possibly go to Tokyo. And then she was like, why don't you take the overnight bus? And so it was so like difficult for me as someone who doesn't speak Japanese to book the overnight bus, but eventually I did it. And then I started doing that like every week when I would go to Shinokubo. So the overnight bus, like I've explained this a million times, but it gets in at like 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 something in the morning. And so what I did was I went straight to the venue. Actually, no, I got off and then I did my hair and makeup in the bathroom of the train station, which was so crowded. There were so many girls who had just gotten off the overnight bus who were doing their hair and makeup in the bathroom. So eventually, like, I made this system where I found a better bathroom that had like no people. And so anyway, I did my hair and makeup in the bathroom. I went straight to the venue and then I sat in line in the venue. And then I was waiting there, and eventually, like hours later, so okay, a few things happened. One thing that happened was the owner of the venue would come and like he saw me sitting there and he was like, oh, hi, who are you? And so we became friends because of that, because I was always sitting in the venue. And so like now we're good friends, and I sometimes go to visit him, but not anymore because of Corona, but I will once again once Corona is finished. But also then Vanner came through and they were like, hi, and they were like really surprised that I was in Tokyo. And then I talked to Gon a little bit. I was asking him like, can I wait here? Can I wait online here? And he was like, oh yeah, that's fine, I guess. And so then they left, and then I met Hiro for the first time, and a lot of my friends who used to go to Vanner shows pre-debut for the first time. I feel like I saw them in Tokyo several times, and I brought them a bunch of gifts and stuff. And then when I went to go see them the second time, I brought Gon this gift, and it was like beautifully wrapped, and I was so proud of it. And so then I bought Gon. I would bring only Gon gifts, and then sometimes Taewon, even though Taewon was like, no, Gon was my bias at that time, but I would bring Gon so many gifts, and Gon knew he was my bias because I would always go talk to him last because he was the only one that I could have meaningful conversations with. That sounds really bad, but it's the truth. And so I would see Gon last, and I brought him like a bunch of gifts always. And then eventually I stopped doing that. I don't know why. I decided to spend money buying more Polaroids than presents, which I don't know, that sounds bad also, but hey. So anyway, that time that I went to go see them in November, okay, I need to rewind, because my image of Vanner was not what they actually are when I saw them only in Osaka, because they performed 3 songs, and they performed those 3 songs kind of quietly, and they didn't dance at all. So the group that I saw before was mainly a dance group. They were a dance group. Like, they started off as background dancers to this really popular Korean dance show. And so then they became a group, and then they performed. So when they performed, they didn't really sing or rap that well. So that sounds really bad, but that was the truth. They didn't sing or rap that well. They were a dance group. So when I saw Vanner actually perform for the first time, I was so surprised because I thought they were going to be a ballad group, because they did 3 very light songs, and then they were out here in the first concert doing like Block B, Icon, BTS, and like all of these like more upbeat groups. And so I was really surprised that they were not only just good at dancing, but that they could sing and also rap really well. And so at that point, from me seeing them in Tokyo for the first time, that's when the other group like left my mind and my focus was solely on Vanner. And so, but anyway, I had this moment when I was on the train getting ready to go to Tokyo, and I was getting ready to go because I had to go to Nagoya Station in order to take the overnight bus to go to Tokyo. And I had this thought when I was on the train out, and the train stopped at this one station that I sometimes would go out from and go to just this all-you-can-eat meat restaurant. And like, I was nervous to be taking the overnight bus by myself. I wasn't 100% sure of what to do, where to go. I had booked a hotel, but I was in Tokyo, and I was like really, I don't know, I was really nervous about that. Also, I was like, am I gonna be able to find the hotel? I haven't been to Tokyo in literally almost 3 years at this point. And so I was really scared. And so I had this thought of like, what if I just got off the train at this stop, went to this meat restaurant, and then just went home? And so that was my thought. And I was thinking about doing that. And so I'm so glad that I didn't do that, because I was really, really thinking about doing that. And I decided, let me just go through with it and go see this band. And so I'm really glad I didn't do that. Because if I had done that, I would not have stayed in Japan after that first year. I would have gone home because, I don't know, because I really wasn't happy at that point. But so anyway, that is the story about how I met Vanner. If you want the continuation of this story, please check out the Vanner vlog. There are 2 parts. There's part 1, I think this is gonna be the right side, and part 2. Please definitely check those out. Links will be down in the description. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me for this video. This was a really long story time as well. Hopefully when I edit it, it won't be so incredibly long. But yeah, I'm so happy that I met these boys and that they were, I don't know, I'm just like, I'm really happy. Okay, anyway, so I'm gonna be doing a giveaway along with this video. So if you would like to win, let me just look through my multiple bags of Vanner merchandise. I'm back. If you would like to win this picture, this signed Taehwan photo card, please leave a comment down below as to how you met Vanner, how you found Vanner, because I love reading those stories. And so also please make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share it with your friends. You don't have to share it to be in the competition, but like leave a comment down below and then I will choose a winner. When I'm not gonna set a view count for this video, but soon, whenever I feel like the video has done well enough, I will set a winner. Sorry, please be aware that there have been very, very big delays when it comes to sending and receiving packages from Japan. So it might take a while before I can get this to you, but please leave a comment down below how you met Vanner if you want to win this signed picture. Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoyed this storytime video, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye! Bye!